Your kids have to see you live the legacy.
That's right.
Oh yeah, you better. Now
You gotta live the legacy.
In Chicago, so I ended up selling drugs. And I was paying the bills. You know, I was taking care of.
So I know it's excited. I know parents are excited.
Are you sure that you heard me when I was talking to you, Lord? Because in order for me to be able
Yeah.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. You need to go out and come back in.
We over here, guys, doing some
Good morning.
synchronized swimming behind the
Oh my
scenes.
God. We like go out and come back in. We gonna start teaching. That's gonna be our signal. In.
Yeah,
Out. Look at
out
him. He ain't
and
hear
in.
nothing. Breathe my lips. Good morning, 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 good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited. I'm grateful and thankful today because this has been my brightness of my week, too. I was looking forward to this morning just to get on here and let all that other stuff go and
That's
and
right.
just talk to my what's in the bag fam. All of you, thank you. I love you too for always supporting Chanel, for being there, girls. Y'all, thank you for being there, and all the other ones that here are to support and just giving some love. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Father. But let me tell you, I got my cup. Can y'all see my cup? Virtual reality stuff
Yes.
don't always work like that. Well, in my cup, of course, I still have some hazelnut creamy Keurig coffee, which I love. I mean, literally, I'm not into the coffee taste, but I think it's the flavor that I love so much on it. And then I throw a little bit of more cream in it, and it's delicious this morning. And it's got the just the right amount of sugar, sugar,
Sugar.
sugar. Well, let me go ahead, y'all, and introduce the sub and well, let me say this. I have not said this, and I gotta say this. Welcome to another segment of What's in the Bag, where we give a voice to the voiceless and we let you say what is on your mind. I'm gonna stop saying that's my little slogan, baby. I'm gonna start. Somebody said,
That's
no, your mom,
right.
right, Yvonne? Tell my son, why she say
Yeah.
that? Because that's mine. 'Cause I got that soprano. I'm there. Whatever you want. Well, again, let me
Oh.
introduce y'all to my BFF. What are you doing?
Hey, 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 what's in the bag? I was just reaching out and saying hi to Nancy. Nancy and I used to work
Oh,
together about a year, maybe a little bit over a year ago. Sweet, sweet, sweet woman. And she is watching our
oh,
segment this morning
hey,
and said good
Nancy.
morning.
Good
So just wanted to give
morning.
her a shout out.
Amen. Oh
Um
my goodness.
this morning, y'all see my mug. And we are, we still looking for somebody to kind of help us out. She fading. She is like an
Yeah.
Indian. She like an Indian red. She not that mahogany Hebrew color anymore. She like a
Mm-mm.
Indian red and everything. But she still keep cold. She keep good. So this morning I am drinking some. I didn't get the essential brand. I have the Walmart brand Donut Shop Blend, and it's really good. Maybe
Is it
because of
good?
the way I'm fixing it right now. I put in
Right.
some sugar free, some equal. I put in some hazelnut, and I added in some
Mm-mm.
chocolate flavored creamer.
A chocolate
And it
flavor
is the
cream.
chocolate.
Is it
What
sweet?
when I tell you, it is
Is it
good.
cho- Is it good? I
No, it's
bet you
zero
it's sweet.
sugar. It's
Zero
zero.
sugar.
It tastes so good. It tastes like a chocolate hazelnut. What's that candy that you get? In the gold with the gold foil that has the
Yeah.
hazelnut in the middle with that's the flavor that you get. I'm gonna tell you something. If any other coffee creamer companies out here come back with a mixed blend, y'all better come on and give what's in the
Right.
bag they percentage because we are the ones that started up mixing the flavors and putting it out there. I just
Nancy said
don't put
hazelnut
that
is her
around
flavor.
there.
Yes, baby. We love. You know what? I love hazelnut too. Yvonne was really at first French vanilla. She traded on the French vanilla and went back to the hazelnut. She was kind of talking about, no, my thing is French by my life. Now
But
she's
before that, it was a
hazelnut.
different one, Irish cream.
Yeah, that's true. I like the Irish cream.
Hmm.
That's one of my favorite ones. Like when I go to,
Hmm.
I normally racetrack, they'll have the Irish cream. I haven't been doing
I
the
can't
Irish
find it without
cream.
having a shot to it.
Yeah. What's your eye? What's wrong with your eye?
I did that wink, having a
Oh,
shot to
that's
it, made Irish cream.
what we've been doing. You got a shot. You did
Be
a
laughing all day.
fireball, ball whiskey. Got a shot.
Girl, some Fireball whiskey would be good in here. Thank you for
You
reminding
like you
me.
like hazelnut Chanel? Me too, boo boo. You know your sister like hazelnut. It's the best. I mean, I've tried a lot of other ones. They are good. They got the Christmas peppermint kind, and on a certain year or time, I like to
Hmm.
mix up. During the holidays.
That's good.
That it is good. Like right now, their thing is the pumpkin,
Pumpkin spice.
flavors
Yeah.
and spices and cinnamons and salt. But you always like that hazelnut. Why my brother singing? Mm-mm. He's
He
singing.
always
He don't
sing.
even know. mother singing in the background, y'all. You can't hear us, but he just singing away.
He just singing away.
Just singing away. Well, y'all, let me say this. I am privileged and honored this this last past Thursday. We actually had a wonderful session and
Hmm.
we've been advertising and advertising Be Open and for the first one we oh my God, it was outstanding. Those who got a chance to come and watch it or even got the chance to see it afterwards. But we're not I'm not gonna give y'all a long talk or a long uh speech about you should come, this, that, and the other. You know, I just feel like this. If it's the matter of the heart, if you really want to understand the behaviors and why people do the things that they do, we're inviting you to our next one. But let's go ahead on and after this commercial, after this beautiful commercial, we will go
Commercial
ahead
break.
commercial break. I love the commercial breaks. Here we go.
That God, he had a calling on him. He wouldn't allow certain things to go right because I was really fighting him for control, which we all know you're not gonna win that fight.
Well, we'll
You
go
know
ahead
what
and
it
talk
means
about it a
to
little bit.
yeah. Go
Well,
on,
look,
bring it
guys,
in.
let me tell you something. You guys, for those of you guys that did not get a chance to
Yeah.
um, watch Be Open on Thursday night, you guys missed the treat. It was amazing.
Yes.
It was
It
amazing.
was really amazing.
Yeah, and it was like the
Yes.
introductory to let you guys know what Be Open is all about. And Be Open is a judgment free platform to where
Right.
people dealing with any type of addiction, not, then let me say
Yes.
this, not just drugs and alcohol. Because most of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time when people hear addiction, that's the first thing that they think is drugs and alcohol.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it allows you to come in and
I
talk
can't
and
hear
be
it.
You can't hear? Let
he's
me see what he keeps saying he can't hear, but we can hear
he can't
you.
hear, but we can see him. So
We
while they
can
working
see
on
you. We
that,
can yeah.
I'm gonna go
Y'all
ahead.
can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, how's everybody doing?
Look.
I
Wonderful.
can't hear anything, but good morning to you, Marvina, to you, Yvonne. I don't have my cup with me. I just finished it. I had some coffee with my some hazelnut coffee with some hazelnut cream and my regular cream and sugar, so it was delicious too.
There you go.
But I can't hear. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be saying right now.
Can you can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? You still can't hear me? Can you hear me
Uh,
yet? No?
Maybe we
Okay,
can
let me
send him
see.
a comment in the.
Yeah, send him a comment, Vaughn. Just
Okay.
send him a comment and tell. I don't know what's going on because like it.
just always
Okay.
technical difficulties,
Yes, it
man.
always,
But
always.
I will say this, before you guys get back to the rest of the show. The other day was awesome. The first episode of Be Open. Um, we always have some tech, it's just a battle. It's just a fight,
Mhm.
that's why it's a needed platform, because there's been such a fight
Mhm.
against it.
I'm sorry.
We supposed to did this a long time ago,
Right,
but
right.
some things came, and it's always the forces against anything that's good. It says when you wish to do good, evil is always present. So,
Yes.
Come
but
on
we're going
now.
to keep
Woo.
fighting. We're going to keep striving
Yes.
for it, because people need help out here. I'm one of them.
Well,
Hmm.
So that's what we're going to do. We want to help and encourage and strengthen.
hold on right there. Hold that.
Yes.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Okay, so before he get off, wait, wait. You can see me. Wait. Okay, before he get off, I want to play this little, just a little skit, something that he had already. We watched him say, talk about
Yeah.
on Thursday. This is just a little bit. You can go back and look at it on YouTube, but
People in
this is.
certain professions didn't want it known that, they had problems with alcohol, and then it metamorphed into and drugs and everything. But that anonymity piece, where you couldn't let anyone know the things that you were going through, whatever you shared in the room stays in the room, people in
Mhm.
certain professions.
Okay. So basically, I'm just gonna let y'all know we talked about and how can I say it? Anonymity.
And being anonymous,
Ano-
because I can't say it
Anonymity.
either.
Anonymous. We talked about being anonymous. We talked about, and he was great. And I mean, and if you didn't go, you haven't seen it. Of course, you can go on YouTube. You can go to What's in the Bag. And I'm gonna put it out there. You can go to the YouTube. I'm sorry, What's in the Bag 21, and or you can go to the Facebook page. That's What's in the Bag, the directory page. These two places you can go straight to it and you can watch it. Of course,
Mhm.
again, we had some technical difficulties at that time, but my brother was awesome. See how he going in and out? He was so awesome that I learned a lot from just the introduction. Next time we're going to bring in guests. People may want to come in and talk. You ain't got to be a speaker. You can be just a guest. You can come in. We can, if you want to be a guest, you'll let us know, and tell your story.
Mhm.
Oh my God, it was so awesome. And I enjoyed him. I enjoyed
Mhm.
everything he told me. I didn't know how, um, why you should not be anonymous. You don't want people to talk. There you go. Can you hear me now?
Mm.
Still can't hear.
Still can't.
Still can't hear.
It's okay.
It's
It's all
okay.
right.
We
I'm getting
okay. We
frustrated.
gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Tell him. We gonna let you. Let me see. We gonna let you go, Zach. I'm gonna let him go.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Mhm.
You good. It's okay. It's okay.
We
And
gonna
I
let
want to
him
go
go.
ahead and while we're doing that, I want to pull this up that Nancy said, and it was about being anonymous. She said, "We were raised Gen X. We keep everything hidden."
Mhm.
That is
Mhm.
such a true statement.
Okay. We gonna let you
And
go ahead.
Nancy, we
Okay.
had spoke about that
I don't know why, but we gonna make sure
on
we
another
deal
one
with
of
it.
our shows before about things being hidden. What happens in the house stays in the house. Though that that type of mentality. But it's several generations of full addictions, from food to sex to money to gambling to drugs, the whole nine yards. It's just a full plethora. So that platform that we've created, and Zach is the host of that show, um, gives people an opportunity to come and just pour out their hearts and truly be open about whatever addiction that it is that they're fighting, or even if they may not personally be fighting an addiction but dealing with someone who is. So it's a healthy way to get that
Mhm.
information out there and take and share it, so that we can start to see some change, because I said something about
Mhm.
transformation. True transformation comes when you're willing to be open about what you're dealing with.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. It was. I mean,
Mhm.
I didn't. One thing I'm happy that God gave me the spirit of not always wanting to be on the forefront. I'm not always on the forefront, but to be part of that on Thursday, to do all the stuff that was needed, and I'm excited because I can see people getting understanding, healing, and you don't necessarily have to have. that addiction that you think that is being destructive, or you might have that
Mm-hmm.
addiction that maybe that is unhealthy, like eating a lot of food. It might not be hurting others, but it may be hurting you. You might
That's
have
right.
things that you just want to know and understand about addiction. His was, and if you go back and see it, a quote unquote, he was a crack. He used to use crack as his addiction. Not to say he don't still have an addiction on
Mm-hmm.
other things, because normally you put things down when you have addiction, and once you put the drug down, you pick up something else. Because
That's right.
that's the type of people we are. We get focused, our body get focused and deal with one certain thing, and it's something that we crave to do, and we do it, and so I enjoyed it. And I found out, that yeah, people don't want you to know, and that's true. We walk
Yeah.
around here pretending that um that we are addicted to something and nobody knows. But you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I understand if you don't want to blast your business out in the street. What I'm saying is the ones that feels that they can speak on it, they don't want it to always be in the
Yeah.
rooms. They want to be able to speak about it and tell their
Yeah.
stories. And that's what I love about what's in the bag, because we open to hear the stories.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do it. You want to talk
Yeah.
about it? Go ahead.
Because
Yeah.
I tell people being secretive, that when you're not open, it gives you that false sense. You think that nobody else knows about your addiction, but people can kind of
Yeah.
look at you and see it
Right.
and tell
That's
it and
right.
know. You're the only one walking around thinking that they don't know,
I mean,
especially with yeah.
there's functional addictions, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's so many addictions. Um,
Yeah.
when we think about addictions all the time, we think about bad stuff, and but you it's like something that you learn to live with and do in your life, like, and I'm not playing. I love
Yeah.
church. That's part of my am I addicted to it? It's just something that's part of my life. You know, um,
Yeah.
there's people that, addicted to reading a whole lot of books. There's people addicted to watching TV all the time. There's people that's addicted to washing their behind 3, 4 times a day. I'm not saying
Or brushing their teeth for more than 20
a
minutes.
lying. You're a liar. You know you're a liar. You're addicted to it just because the feeling of falsified information could just you could get a thrill out of it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
addiction is so abroad. It's not one thing. It's not and you can't really category it as one thing. When you're just
Yeah.
addicted to
Yeah.
something, it's something that's you allow to become part of your life.
Yeah.
Um,
Nancy said addictive personalities fighting personal
yes,
battles. And that is so
yes,
true. That is
yes.
so true.
And that's the type of people we would like to have on the show. We don't want to just
Yeah.
people that addicted to a substance. We want to hear people that really is don't matter telling their story
Yeah.
about how they were addicted to having to have power. Always wanting
Yeah.
to have the power over everything and
Ooh,
everybody.
my goodness. Yeah. And
Just
I
keep.
love you too
Go ahead.
said
Mm,
addicted to stealing.
yes,
Yes, ma'am. I
yes,
know some
yes.
kleptos. I know some.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, and still anything. It don't even be nothing of
Yes.
value sometimes. It's just because they can do it, the thrill of it, you
That's
know.
right.
Um, so I get it. It's weird, but you find people if you really get deep down inside, you can really find out what you are addicted to by
Yeah.
somebody just telling you their
That's it.
behaviors, and then you be like, man, that's me. I do that. Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. And look, and I love you too said, yes, you have just piggybacking off of what you said, Marvina. She said, yes, you have functional addicts that you wouldn't have a clue.
That's
And
right.
that is, I'm gonna tell you something.
That's right.
I'm entering out my bag. I was that functional. I was that functional person. I would
Hmm. Not
literally
me.
say not you.
I wasn't.
I would go to work, but I have me a cooler in the trunk of my car. I'd load it
Yeah,
up
not
on
me.
Fridays. It have Cisco and Miller Lite in it. And baby, I was ready to rock and roll. And then when I get to work, I'm doing my thing and partaking of other things, and just just living my life and just thinking that it was okay and that nobody knew, but everybody knew,
And
because
it wasn't
those type
functional
of
to
things get
me.
it false courage. Say it
I
wasn't
was all,
functional for you.
no, man, I lost all this weight. I couldn't work. I'm all sick. I'm all crazy fied. That I'm talking about the addiction of drugs or whatever, because I'm being
Yeah.
naked and not ashamed. I wasn't functional, didn't do right by my kids, couldn't do right by myself, couldn't do right by my husband, couldn't do right by nobody. It wasn't functional at all. It was crazy. I was a life of misery, and it was 4 years of my life that I can't even go back and tell
Mm.
you and give you any function about it. Only thing I did, my mom told would tell y'all was, no matter what I
Yeah.
went through, I always kept my children. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because they've been through the
Ooh.
ringer with me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the addiction that I had
Yeah.
spilled out to my children. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
you
there's
and
some
you
people who get addicted. Wait a minute, Yvonne. There's some people that is addicted to a certain substance. They don't care about their kids no more. They just leave them. They
Mm.
just don't feel like, they lose them to the system and all that stuff. That wasn't my
Yeah.
story. I ain't gonna lose my children over no substance.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
no chemical. Not to run around and just. I fought hard, and it wasn't something that I felt that I chose. It was something that I chose it, but it was introduced to me, and I never understood it. It was weird.
Mm.
It wasn't something that I
Gotcha.
understood. I didn't understand nothing. And I'm gonna call it heroin. I didn't understand what that stuff was. I just, it was gave to me and I did it. And then I found out after 3 times you do it, you are in. And I didn't understand that, but I was in.
Oh, wow.
I was in. So
Wow.
I'm just giving some behavior issues. And if my behavior wasn't
Yeah.
so functional, how can you function? How can I function? High off of
Yeah.
I was
Ooh.
a
And you know what?
mess.
By the grace of God, I didn't go down that road. Mine was alcohol and speed and coke and weed. And I functioned, but I can't say that I truly functioned. I was able to go to work. Let me say that. But then after that, I was bottoming out. I was bottoming out, and I can say that my daughter kind of got the brunt of it when she was younger. Um,
Right.
yeah, and then
Our
like I said, you don't.
children.
Yeah, you don't think that people know, but it took my babies. They came home from school one day. My daughter and my son stood there, and
Oh
Lord
my
forgive me,
God.
I can
Let me
laugh.
tell y'all, we gonna talk about this. Y'all need to come
Yeah,
on in
y'all
and
need to come
cause
on.
y'all need to come on and let's talk about some of this stuff. Cause I'm
Yeah,
not afraid to
they
talk about it.
they
Cause
told me
what
to some
happened
just
in
say
my
no.
yeah, yeah, what happened in my past is my past, and it grew me to where I'm at right now. And
Come
let
on,
me tell
say
you
it.
something. The
Come
Lord
on.
he been with through and through it all, through everything, through it all, through because I had a praying mother, praying grandmother. I was raised up
Mm,
right. I'm saying, let me say something. I'm not
say
saying
it.
that everybody's not raised up right or wrong, that they
Mm-hmm.
won't be saved. God is with everyone. Don't let me get that off of me. But me, I can tell you my story. And the story wasn't because I was being abused and my mom this and my mom that and my father this, my father that. Mine came from yes, insecurities and things like that. There was behavior issues that I had that made it easy for me to allow someone to introduce me to something and I took it. I did it. And it was the worst 4 years of my life. And who would want to do that to their children? I just couldn't understand it. So I'm not saying this is my story. This is my bag. This is my bag. This ain't your bag. I'm not talking to
Put
nobody
it
else.
out
I'm
there.
just
Go
telling
on and
you
say it.
this is my bag. And if you don't like my bag, ain't nothing you can do about it. Take it up with God. Take it up with God because I can't change a thing. I can
That's
start where
right.
I'm at. That's where I'm at. And if you got a judgment free platform to be able to say it, like what's in the
Come
bag,
on.
and be open, we are going to talk about it.
About it.
Zachary put
Yes.
this up here. You see that? I left it up there because let me tell you, this host right here, he gonna be real. And
Yeah.
I know everybody's not going to be in agreement with what he feeling, what he think, but this is his bag. And he took this challenge. We prayed about it. We took this challenge
Mm-hmm.
together, and not because he's perfect, but he been through it. And I want to follow and talk to people that's been through something, not to just tell me
Mm-hmm.
what they know about.
That's
So I
right.
am grateful that Zachary decided to do this. Zach, thank you so much. And I can't wait to the next one because baby, I know it's gonna be off the chain.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
anyway, go ahead.
I have to give a shout out to Jarvis Davis. He
Yes,
was one
yes.
of the ones that was on. He has called me a couple of times, messaged me saying, "Sis, when is the next one?" And he said, he said he's not ashamed to tell his story. It was a 16-year battle, and now he's walking upright with no shame or anything. And he said,
Blessing.
every chance he get, he said he tell people his story so that it can help somebody else. So come
And
on,
the more
guys,
you
be
tell
open.
it, the more you tell it, the more open you is, the more it frees you up, man. And it's okay to get in there with the rooms in there in a room. That's again. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying for those who think those in the understanding that sometimes outside those rooms they help just as much. He showed a beautiful video about
Hmm.
one man who was on some pills, and he out in public and didn't really understand that he was addicted to it. He didn't even understand
Hmm.
it. Yeah, it was crazy. And when I looked at it, I said, this dude is sitting here asking an interviewer for some pills. So it was because that's common. That's common. People,
Hmm.
let me get a Xanax, let me give me a perk. And they not only you start taking one, then all of a sudden your habit becomes 5 and 10, and then before you know it, you out here stealing for it. You doing so. It's so easy to not see
Hmm.
yourself, but if you start understanding yourself and what you're going through, you can kind of bust it out. See, maybe it help. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, you
that got
just you
some.
just never know. Like I'm looking at some of the
Exactly.
comments over here, and people are going through and dealing with it. Nancy said
Yes.
her sister-in-law passed with a needle in her arm, and so,
Wow. See,
sometimes you just never know. Look at that. Look at that. She being true to her story. I
and
love
she,
you too.
yes,
Said speed.
yes.
That must
I'm
have been in
sorry,
the 80s.
y'all.
I haven't heard that term since the 80s. It was it was. So that lets you know how long ago that was. But I was between the 80s and the 90s. I was out of control. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning,
Yeah,
Tony.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean,
So
this is some, and it's on well, he didn't get a chance to tell us the next date. We will stay tuned for the next date,
yeah.
and it will be next month. Um, and if we find that is needed more, we will extend it. We just, of
Hmm.
course, we on our first we intro on it, and I believe that God is in this. We had the opportunity
Yes.
to get the name from my mom. She told me, I was like telling her about it, and she got it right when I told her. And I asked her, so I just got to figure out what to call. She said, "Be open." I never
Mm,
forget it. And I said,
Jesus.
"Be open." She said, "Yep, his name be open." That means you be open to speak whatever you need to speak. And
Mm,
when she said that, I came to
Jesus.
Zachary about it. No, I'm sorry, Zachary. If, I will be lying. I came to a couple of people to tell them about it, and they was like, "I'll get back to you. I don't know. I don't know." But when I knew and found out about Zachary and his walk, I went to him, and I didn't even know Zach was a minister. To be honest with you, and I went
Hmm.
to him about it, and he was like, "Yeah." And we clicked with it. It wasn't no, "I'll think about it. I don't know about it. I'll figure it out. What you want done? What you think that?" He was
Hmm.
asking me questions. What do you think this? So we finally got this going, and I'm believing in God that He's just gonna grow it to where it needs to be. You know,
That's right.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Anyway, BFF, go ahead. I'm sorry. We've been on 9:32. You got something you want to say to these people?
Oh my
Oh
goodness. It's just, I guess we're so excited about the open because we have walked that story. We have, it's been part of it's been part of our history, and we have always been honest about our history. We have, what do we
yeah.
have to hide about it? What do we have to hide about it? It was part, like Marvina said, it was part of who we were then, and it shaped us and molded us into who we are today. And and I said this before, she and I can be out and about, and there's never been a time that we haven't had an opportunity to minister to someone on a level of what they are, because we have been there. We have
Mm-hmm.
been there. So,
Mm-hmm.
and not being ashamed of,
Mm.
not being ashamed of, So, and I say this all the time. Sometimes God, people say, "Oh, why me?" Or I shouldn't share my story. Sometimes God allow you to go through things so that you can be a
Yes,
testimony to
ma'am. You
others.
have to be. You can't keep it
Hmm.
unless you give it away. Okay, that's
Hmm.
the reason why most of the times they be in the room speaking about it and talking about it because they're giving it back so they don't go back into that. I mean, it's really a heart thing. I just feel that if you have our heart to be able to talk about it and communicate it to other people and not worry about judging you and things like that, and that's what that's what you're gonna be able to do. We're gonna get up here, we're gonna talk about this, and I love it. I love every.
Hmm.
All right, I see so many people. She said that's beautiful. I love you too. I love that. Every time I love you too, cuz Nancy, did you see what Nancy said? Did you put that up there?
Which one?
I
Oh,
said,
no, I didn't.
okay,
Okay, go
right
ahead.
here. You got it?
She said, I was raised on a military base in a foreign country. I never saw drugs. I came to a high school my senior year in the US, and it was just infested with drugs.
My
Wow.
God.
Wow.
Wow.
I can believe
So
that.
yeah,
I
I
can
can,
believe
and like I said, I heard about it as a kid because, I was a PK kid. My stepdad was a preacher. My mom was a first lady. And, we talked about drugs in school and things like that. I never knew anything about it. It never, it's just like, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Drugs is bad. It makes you look like this. It makes you do this. It makes you act like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Never was broke down to it that I even ever knew anything or ever, but when to be brought into it and learn it through the experience of it, because life is the best
Yeah.
experience. That's to tell the story. If you go through it, that's the experience. Baby, I will sit down and tell them, like, excuse me, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is what heroin did. This is what it does. This is how I
Yeah.
did it. This is, I was pregnant. I did it. I'm telling you. So I have to be truthful to them because it's no secret anymore. It's not about secrets. See,
Hmm.
we was raised up being it's for secrets. That's why a
Yes.
lot of
Woo.
these same children that got abused and the same people that children that seen all of this stuff, they grow up
Yeah.
and they become grown-ups, and then they they start changing the dynamics of things. And that's what happens.
Hmm.
We growing up, our dynamics is don't be trying to hold no secrets. Secrets for what? This life.
That's right.
I did it to y'all. I
Yeah.
hurt y'all. In the rooms they say I make amends with it, but to me, I'm saying to you, I'm sorry, baby. I am sorry. I messed up back then. I can't change it. We can come from where we are. I mean, from you want to start from there to now, or you want to start from now,
Hmm.
right now? Because from
Right.
right now, I can only show you better because I'm not doing that anymore. So if you want to keep
Hmm.
on holding on to the then and then to now, you're gonna be messed up because I'm gonna let you stay there and I'm going to
Yeah.
stay. I'm coming, I'm gonna be right here.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
want to communicate about it. I don't want nobody, I don't want to feel that I'm holding no secrets from nobody. If I did something to hurt someone, I don't have a problem with me and making what they call making amends, saying I'm
Making
sorry.
amends. That's it.
You know what I'm
That's the.
saying?
I think that's one of the most underused words in the English dictionary. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
but it goes a long way and it carries a lot of weight because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people in the past, because I've had to do it through my own walk. I
Mhm.
had to go back and say sorry to people that I hurt along the way.
Mhm.
Um, and that was a start over, a do over, and our
Mhm.
relationships have become stronger and better for it. I had to do it with my child. I had to go to her and say, I am
Mhm.
so sorry. I'm
Mhm.
so sorry. Zach said, let me show you this. Zach said, there's a saying, if I get naked, then maybe you'll get naked too. Our stories need to be shared because it may unlock the mental prison of someone else to come out and be free. Come on, Zach. Come on now. That is, yes. That's powerful. That is
Woo,
powerful.
powerful, powerful, powerful. That got me.
Ooh.
I don't know if I should do the Holy Ghost or if I should do the cat walk or what. I don't know
I
what
need to
to do
read.
at the
I
powerful,
gotta read that one
powerful,
one more
powerful, powerful,
time.
powerful. Listen to that again. Say it again. Say it
Yeah.
slowly and let it sink
There,
in, y'all. Listen.
yeah, there's a saying. If I get naked, then maybe you'll get naked too. Our stories need to be shared because it may unlock the mental prison of someone else to come out and be free.
Free.
Jesus.
And that's
Mm.
important. That's the importance of trying to live your life is getting freed up from all of this hurt and pain and issues. You know, and a lot of people don't
That's
want to be
right.
freed up. They so used to being in that. They don't want to really be freed up. But you gotta it's a willingness to want to be freed up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta want it. You wanna talk about it. You can't sit in anything and think that it's gonna free you. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have to
Mm.
release it. And that's when you're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
free. You can sit in there all
Mm.
you want. Just try and see what happens.
Oh, you want
What it
to?
does, it grows
Jesus.
like cancer, it manifests, it keeps on going. You can bring up stuff that happens back then and you keeping it in and not allowing new things because when you whatever you take out, you're gonna put more in. If whatever you
Mm.
take out, you more is gonna be poured in.
Yes.
Because if you take
Yes.
out and you be empty, you ain't gonna, it's not, it's impossible. It's impossible. You're gonna take stuff out and you're gonna pour some
Mm-hmm.
more stuff in. But the
Yeah.
stuff you taking now, you can live and learn from those things. Try and
Mm-hmm.
make sure that that doesn't happen again because you're speaking on it. You're not keeping it in. You see what
Ooh,
I'm
come on
saying? It's
now.
new stuff,
Come
new
on
stuff.
now. Come on
We
now.
gotta change. It's
Now
all
y'all
about
know
being
who we
new.
are. We are what's in the bag. So you heard what she said. You sitting down and now we as women, we do this. And then some of y'all men carrying book bags around sometimes. So I'm pretty sure that y'all go open that book bag while we opening up our purses and you taking out some of the old stuff that you don't need in there anymore. But when you take stuff out, what do? You turn around and put some
Put
new
more stuff.
things in that you
Yes,
got to turn around
yes,
and eventually deal with. V, I love
yes,
that. I love that.
yes, yes. And it's that's exactly what the mind is. You gotta clear
Mm-hmm.
out some of that stuff. You ain't gonna forget it, okay? And then you might have similar stuff in there, but you gotta remember, to you gotta clear out some of that space, and
Mm-hmm.
learn to forgive, learn to understand that things that happened in the past is the past, and you can't change it. You got to learn that that's one thing I love about the serenity prayer they say in the rooms. They say this: God grant me the ability to accept the things that I cannot change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. They say that because the same thing. You can change a lot of things, especially your thinking. If you think, especially
Mm.
if it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
if
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't work for you at the moment, you can change that.
Mm-hmm.
The difference, you can't change what happened because what happened happened.
Mm-hmm.
You can't change that. And you got to understand the difference between that. All right. I know I can't change it, but I can change my attitude about it. I speak
That's
on it.
right.
I release it. I let everyone know. Let other people understand where I was at that time. And let me tell you something, baby girls, baby boys, whoever's speaking, whoever watching, whoever's looking at this, whatever you did is no way that you can be able to take it back. But you
Jesus.
can
Come on.
make a difference by understanding, by right now, by saying and understanding what you did. Look yourself in the mirror and realize I ain't perfect. Ain't nothing perfect.
Mm-hmm.
My God ain't make me perfect. And what I
Mm-hmm.
did is not who I am. What I
That's
did is
right.
what I did. And I'm not that person anymore. So now I
Mm-hmm.
can talk about it. I can relieve myself. Stop being constipated. Come on now. Come
Mm.
on on. Come
Stop
on
being
now. Stop
constipated.
being constipated.
All right
It's
then.
time. It's time to let it out. Zach, I love you. Yup, he put it out there. He put it out there.
Put it out there.
He put it out there. October
The
the
next
17th,
day.
6 p.m.
Yes.
Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Break the spell, baby. I'm
Yes.
excited about it because I know that this gonna clean me out too. This ain't just for y'all. This is gonna help me
Yeah.
too.
It's gonna
I
help
gotta get
me.
out. Yeah, I gotta get out of the addiction of deception. I look at things and see things and think things is a certain way. That's an addiction because it don't even have to be that way. Just because this person is mad don't mean I'm the fault that they're mad at me. Those are
That's right.
deceptions. Deceptions is because I don't trust somebody that I'm a bad person. Or, those are deceptions. You got this deceptions, things that you look at, and it's an addiction. I have an addiction
Mm-hmm.
and I want to see the behaviors and understand my behaviors so I can fight my addiction.
Mm.
I love weed. I love me some weed. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be a blunt in a minute. I'm naked and not ashamed. But I want to know my behaviors. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna cheat. I ain't gonna steal. I'm being real. I'm gonna be real as real can be. Now, if y'all want to really hear some beautiful stuff, people talk, come on on October the 17th, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
What, like he's don't there? Where we at? Don't meet me there. Beat
Beat
me
me there.
there.
Yes. And for some of y'all, that is a Thursday. That is a Thursday because I did
Yes.
have some people say to me, oh my goodness, I thought that was coming out on a Saturday. No, that is a Thursday. That is a Thursday.
Hmm. So
Yes.
I know this conversation gonna hit some lot of people ears, and I'm okay with that. Y'all gotta
Exactly.
remember I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me tell y'all something. What's in my bag this week? I was telling my BFF, sometimes I'm just trying to figure out why, people are who they are. My BFFs wanted to talk about it, and it's 9:45. I don't know if you still wanted to talk about the lady. You said that. You still want to bring it up? Do you want to talk about it, BFF?
Yeah, we can. It's
Well, yeah,
real
go
quick.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, do you think we can discuss it in 5 minutes?
I don't know. I
Five,
don't
ten
think
minutes?
so,
I
but
don't know. Me either.
you don't
I'm gonna
want to
show
talk
this
about.
what
Yeah.
Nancy said. She said, I am an angel in the same story that some says I am the devil in.
Mm.
Same story, just different of option of me. Girl, you better come on.
Mm.
Woo, I like that, Nancy.
I like that. I love that.
Oh, I am an angel in the same story that some says I am the devil in. Same story, just different option of me. Woo. Woo, that's powerful. That's another powerful one. I'm gonna have to. Wow, 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 wow.
Let me tell
Mm.
y'all something. I've been fighting back a lot of my feelings and emotions and things about so much this week is, and I got on here this morning hoping and praying that, what I've been feeling this week, which was a very traumatic week for me. My BFF can tell you. People come into where my place of residence want to fight me over stuff that I did not even do and have nothing to do with. Literally, me and my
Whew.
daughter. Um, I'm
Squirrel.
coming out of church, choir rehearsal, and over some mess that I had nothing to do with. And they decided that they want to pull up at, not that they decided. I invited the one person, said, okay, let's talk about it because that's what they wanted to do. But they brought their family with them. And literally, I mean, they brought their parent with them to fight us.
Yeah.
Over something that I didn't. that had nothing to do with me. The only reason why I even found out about it was because they called me with it. But I know it's the
Something that could
enemy.
have been an easy conversation.
It could have been very much an easy conversation, you know. And one thing I'm glad that I'm in this book study. I'm in this book study. I just said all of that to talk about this book study, discerning the voices of God.
Come on.
During that time, while these things was happening, I was at peace. You know,
Mm, come on now.
the father, the older man, was walking up on us and talking about shooting us and talking about
Mm,
getting their family members to beat us up, and the mama jumping bad and wanting to fight us, and literally just acting crazy. But the good part about it is where we're staying, there's video cameras all around the building. So these folks up here acting a fool, they got their face description, car descriptions, license plates, and all of this stuff, just acting a fool. And I said to the Lord, I said, and let me tell you this, I'm gonna go back and say this one thing. While the lady, the mom was screaming and hollering, she was just screaming and hollering, talking about how I'm talking about her. She's screaming and hollering. My daughter, she says to me, "Oh, y'all like hiding behind the church." So my daughter
mm,
looked at her and said, "Oh, you the devil." And it was like, yeah, I see it right. And then me and her looked at each other, and I just started throwing scriptures out. I was throwing scriptures, and as I was throwing scriptures, I'm like, "This weapon you forming against me shall not prosper." I said, "The Lord said,
mm-hmm,
look, you." I told him, I said, "Touch not
mm.
thy anointing, or do no harm to thy prophets." I was throwing them out
Come on.
there, and
Yes.
as I threw them out there, the voice of God was coming. I heard him say, "Just stay." He told me us to. We wasn't. My pastor said we were. It's not called energy. It's called Holy Spirit. We were, but it wasn't the Holy Spirit they had. We wasn't matching energy. We wasn't matching
Mm,
spirits. We wasn't. So
mm-hmm,
as I threw out as I'm throwing out the verses, they were drawing back and going and getting inside their cars.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because I said, let me do one better for you. I'm not hiding behind the church. I'm hiding behind the word. I know what my God said. This is not my
That's
battle.
right.
Y'all came to us. This is not the first time these people have done this to us. So since I'm there and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, I'm trying to be the big person, me and my daughter. And I was wondering, if my daughter wasn't there, I wonder if they would have jumped me.
Mm,
I'm
I
trying to
know.
figure out life. And you up here trying to come over here and fight me about something that I had nothing to do with, over text messages and over my children and all this. You beating up on me? And you want to shoot me?
Exactly.
I'm saying this because this book, I've been reading this book. My first lady and Joanne, Sister Joanne, and Sister Shelby been putting it out there. But I got a personal, um, it's personal for me. Not that I'm saying that it's not personal for anybody else. Like I said, I talk about my bag. This is my personal understanding on discerning God working in my life during this time. Because I'm
Mm-hmm,
going through, my mom just passed away. I lost everything. I'm in a hotel room. People are threatening me for seeing my grandchild. I'm trying my best to figure out where to work, what my life is about. And I'm just asking God to help me discern what He's saying to me, because I know this is for me. This ain't for
mm-hmm.
anybody else. He is working on me, and I'm trying to discern what His will is for me. So I want to, I'm gonna just, give y'all this little.
Yes. And the book book is powerful,
The book is
and it is
powerful.
some
It
lessons
is
in there.
a
And
powerful book.
Marvin and I can honestly say to my BFF that she was truly listening and understanding what God was saying in that moment. I know she was. I know she was. Knowing her from almost 20 years. Well, I'm sorry, almost 21 years to where she is now and how she handled that situation. She listened to what God was saying. She listened. And she was able to fight them. She had on the full body of armor and she was able to fight them with the word. She was able to push them back with the word, force them into leaving with the word of God. That says a lot. It says a lot.
It
And I'm gonna be
works.
honest, because I'm not there yet.
It
And
works.
I know I'm not, yeah, and
My
I know that
daughter,
I'm not there yet.
my daughter called it. She seen it. It was like we were battling together. We didn't
Hmm.
fret. When they walked up on us to fight us, the I mean, when the mother was jumping all like she wanted, I mean, just literally hands up. You know, I'm from New Jersey. I ain't lying. Me and my sister, but that wasn't what it was about. It wasn't about
Yeah,
that because if I wasn't listening, if I was going hysterical, if I would have did what they were doing, if I was pushing back like they were pushing that forward and not letting God work it out, it would have been
yeah,
it would have been crazy. We would have been going to jail. There would have been police called, and
yeah,
I know, it was. I was wanting peace.
yeah, yeah. Because I remember grabbing my shoes, and I was ready. But Marvina told me, she said, you weren't supposed to be here. She said, you've been in jail. She know I would have. She know I would
My
have.
sister said the
It's just the
same
thing I'm
thing.
still working. I'm still a
My
work in progress.
my sister was like, "Why you ain't calling me?" Because we would have been acting like them. And we
Boy, cause
wasn't we weren't trying to do all of that. I wanted to
hmm
talk to, the reasons why we were there was to get the conversation out. What did they want us to do about a text message that you seen that was a while back on this day? What did you need for us? We couldn't even get it out. So my whole thing was they were here to fight us, but we weren't going to let that happen. We knew
yeah,
the God of my understanding, the word that I know,
yeah,
who I worship, and I date every Sunday, and I come in, and He knows me. I don't take Him on and take Him off. I keep Him with me everywhere I go. When I'm riding, driving, when I'm at church,
hmm
where it's a constant thing. I
Come on
talk
now.
to Him. I don't I don't
Mm,
have a special tactic on getting a close relationship. I find the close relationship with him is every day. It is not like I gotta wait till I get somewhere to pray to him. It's not like I gotta do this and do that. If the Father that I have is with me every day, all the time.
mm-hmm.
So if I was sitting there acting a fool, I would have been doing what they're doing, and then Daddy would have had to go another route to make everything okay. But he didn't.
Yeah.
I was listening to my daddy. I was
Mm,
listening to his voice. My daughter was listening. We were powerful together, and I'm telling you, it worked. I
mm.
didn't. This is the first time I actually really
Wow.
fought with the word like
I'm gonna tell you something. You and I, we held this conversation while discussing the book, and you know, sometimes I feel that with this book, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. Sometimes when it says discerning the voice of God, I take that to mean that God speaks to everybody. But are you listening? Can you understand what he's trying to say to you in that moment and in that time? Some people look at it a different way and basically saying that God's not speaking to them, and now they're trying to learn how to hear God. God speaks to all of us.
yes.
It
He
is
listened
if you choose to hear. And Marvina, when I tell you, you raised the bar like
Mhm.
way up here because you listened. You listened. You listened.
Intentionally
You listened.
listen.
You listened. Yes.
Intentionally
And,
listen. I didn't
and
I
he
didn't, it
gave
wasn't a
you. Ooh, the words to say, the scriptures to use. That is how, and so I want people to understand this. When we talk about putting on the full body of armor, that is what happens when you put on the full body of armor. God gives you the weapons to use to fight your
Amen.
Marvina. Job well done.
Lord,
Job well.
thank you, Father, for
Ooh.
giving me the ear to hear. I could have, and one thing he's done for me, he quieted me for a long time. When I was a kid, I was quiet, so people might not think and understand that, and right now, but he taught me how to be quiet and listen. I never was a confrontational person. I mean, it came to us, we had to fight many a times, but it wasn't something that we went around doing. If somebody messed with my baby sister and my sister, or somebody messed with me and my baby sister was out there. We was rocking and rolling. But we put down kids things. Those are things that God is
Mm,
talking about. The kid thinks I'm not listening to him. That's one thing. We put that down when as we get older, as we get grown, we put those things down. We stop
mm,
not listening. Those are the willing and intentionally things that it's got to be a heart thing. Everything that we do, it
mm.
starts from
Come
the
on
heart
now.
when it comes to God. It doesn't come from the mind. When you start thinking about it, you're gonna go and start pulling out knives. You're gonna start looking
Mm-hmm.
at the way they're acting. You ain't gonna your ego start pulling in. You ain't gonna talk to me like this. You ain't gonna do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? All those things.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the head does. But when you work from
Mm,
your heart and he knows you listening, you even be at
mm-hmm.
peace. I wasn't scared.
Mm-hmm.
When we walked inside the back into the building, the young lady behind the counter, she was, we are you okay? Are y'all fine? She came out of the door. And I said, baby, we good. I said, we are so far. I said, we are, yes, ma'am. They were more scared. We had Mexicans out there filming it. And you out there acting a fool. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. See, it wasn't a battle of mine. This wasn't my
You
battle.
better
And
come
I know
on.
it. And there's a reason for all of this. And we don't see it, but there's a reason for all of
Mm-mm.
this. If it ain't nothing but to give my child, and I'm gonna call it my child, an open eye, open up her eyes. It had to go through me, and if I had to go through it so she can understand, she got to
Mm,
go
come on now.
through it. See,
Mm,
God works.
Jesus.
Might not be working right
Ooh.
at her, but it's affecting her. So now she got to get her life together.
He's working through you
So
to
I'm
girl. Come on
through
now.
me to get to her because, of course, she came through
Ooh.
me anyway. So why not use me?
Well, I'm gonna
So
tell you
that's
something. Our
my
guest
story.
last week said something, and I was wondering what was the meaning behind it because it was so powerful to me, and it stuck to me the whole week. And now we're having this conversation. He said it's okay um to be childlike, but not childish. When they approached y'all, they were childish.
Of course. They ain't put
They
that
were
childish
childish.
stuff. They like
Mm-mm.
that stuff. They like the fight.
Exactly.
You standing there talking about shooting women. We're women standing there. You walked up on us, and then the excuse was
Grown
he
men
wasn't
wanting to
talking.
fight women
Yeah, he wasn't talking about me. He was talking about the guy that he was he that
that made the
some
comment.
that yeah made the comment. I'm saying if that man came right up next to you, you wouldn't even know who he was, and he was nowhere
Exactly.
where to be seen. You don't even know who this person is. You talking about shooting, and now we standing there. You talking to us, and we asking you,
That's right.
please be quiet. Y'all hyped up. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
That's
And y'all
okay.
sitting here working with us. All I want is a peace of
Mm.
mind, and I want to be able to see my baby, my grandbaby. That's my heart. That's my
And
life.
you will. Yes, ma'am. And you will.
People crazy. Anyway, that was in my bag. I'm done. It's 10 o'clock, 10:01. I ain't got nothing to do anyway, so gotta go to fire. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all
Yes.
listening to our bags, and I'm hoping y'all be part of the book study. Go to Word of Faith Love Center, the website. And click on events and you'll see it. If you can register, I think there's the next one is a Zoom also. The last
Hmm.
one we're doing in-house. So if you're not in the state, you're actually still able to watch it because guess what? They
Right.
still put it on Facebook for you to see it. So you will be able to see it. But Come on in, y'all. Try watching. I'm telling you, it helps. A group of people getting together, loving on each other, a group of women listening to their issues, listen to what they're trying to do to get a strategy to listen to God, what works for them, basically. And when you read the book and understand it, or even look at the video, what works for you, and then, come on, y'all, be part of, be open. We get ready to come up
That's
with
right.
another one next month. Put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. It lets you know that be open. Let's what we where's it at? You see it? I lost it. You see it?
The
You open
what,
over
what?
there. It is. I got it.
Oh,
I
okay,
got
you
it. I'm
got it.
sorry.
Okay.
Here we go. I gotta get it out here. So it's October the 17th. Come on, y'all. Put it on your calendar.
Mhm.
Try to do something different. See if this something different in here. Somebody can touch your soul with their
That's
understanding
right.
their behavior and all the things that Zachary get ready to do here. Also, you know, if you want to help support, like I had up there before, just give a little donation. We ain't asking for a whole lot. We got some special stuff get ready to come up in November. Oh my God, I'm getting ready to. I'll send it out. You want to tell them, or you just want to wait? What do you want to do? What you want to do? You want to
No,
tell them?
we can go ahead. We can go ahead and put it out there. We actually have two events
Yeah.
coming up. One is in October, and that is a transformation symposium for women on October the 12th. And then we have a really big event coming up on November the 7th through the 10th.
Uh-huh.
And we have been invited. And so we want you guys to support us. We have been invited to participate in the Peachtree Village Film Festival, one of the largest film festivals in the country. So What's in the Bag will be there. We will be there giving interviews. We will be there doing live streams. We will be there supporting. And actually at both of these events. So we would like for you guys
Yes.
to come out and support us.
Tune in, support us.
Yeah,
All you gotta do is tune in.
that's it.
We'll have all details out there for y'all, so y'all can
Yeah.
see what's in the bag.
Yeah.
On
So yeah. So for
thank you, Lord.
financial donations, Jesus, my tongue, give me my tongue back.
Donation,
So so for
donation.
financial donations, you can cash up us at what's in the bag $ what's in the bag 21. Once again, that's what's in the bag 21. And then also buy us a cup of coffee. You guys can take and buy us a cup of coffee in varying donations. And all of the proceeds that you guys donate to us help us to keep the
Yes,
studio going. It help us to
yes,
reach out to the people. It help us to go on site and participate because we are getting a
yes.
lot of people that want us to come on site and be participants in their events and
Oh, y'all
and
know
and
y'all want
interview
to
and
see us
stream
out
live and
there.
things of that nature.
Come on. Y'all been
Yeah,
here, especially the ones that been here from the beginning. We gotta get
exactly.
supplies. We got stuff we need. So every
Yeah,
donation, I'm telling you we
every
telling
year.
you what we telling you. It's just helping out with all the things we need.
Yeah,
We gotta get stuff for these events. But
yeah.
if we don't
And
do
we're
it,
gonna start
God
putting the
will supply.
information up there so that you
Yep,
guys
we're
can
gonna put
come
it in.
out to these events and
Yep.
see us live and in person. So yeah, so we
Especially the
appreciate
one in
everything that
October.
you guys do for us.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one in October. Y'all can come on out. So, hey, we'll see. I love y'all. Appreciate
Hmm.
y'all. Thank y'all so much for being part of What's in the Bag, and all the groups. I don't if Yvonne, the group we got
Yeah.
What's in the Bag, Facebook. We got all the good stuff. The Facebook, YouTube. I'm trying to finish up because it's already 10:06. So let's finish up. Go ahead,
Hey,
BFF.
she's got to get to rehearsal. I've got some things that I need to get done as well. So I'm just gonna run this off real quick. What's in the bag? Facebook, What's in the bag 21 on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Help us build that channel. And as always, guys, stay blessed, be a blessed
And have a wonderful, blessed day.
participation. Love
Hallelujah.
you guys.
Thank you so much, y'all.